Let me feed my cats. They're going to crazy. Hold on, cat. That's like I never ate before. Calm down, guys. The way the cats is acting is the way I love spiritual food. I really do. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you. Look, they wild, right? Calm down, calm down, calm down. That's the way I am for spiritual food. I want to talk about being 15 days sober. Wow. First, I want to praise Jehovah. Give Jehovah praise, because I would not be able to do this without our Father. So I want to say thank you, Father, for taking these cravings away from me. I've been drugging and drinking, you could say 30 years, 25 years, just like 17, 16. Drugging, drinking. It slowly started with Heineken's. Then before you know, it was an everyday thing. And then before you know, I got introduced to alcohol with liquor. And before you know it, every day I was at the liquor store every single day. For the last 15 days, I haven't been at a liquor store. For the last 15 days, I have not rolled up no Easy Wider. For the last 15 days, my body feels more pure. My body feels more connected to the universe. I'm so grateful. And I just want to put you on a trajectory, because these are the type of stories as I was going through my 25 years or 30 years. I never really got none of these stories. How does it feel after 25 to 30 years using drugs to stop? I feel like I'm ready to start my life now. I feel like I wasted a lot of years being selfish. With all this love inside of me, I feel like I could have been doing so much more to help our sisters and brothers around the world, to encourage them, instead of smoking a blunt and driving past and, trying to silence the God voice in my head. Because, excuse me, there's a voice in your head. I'm telling you, there's a voice in everybody's head. And you know that voice, they call it your conscience. And what happens is when you drink and when you smoke, you put duct tape over your conscience. See, they don't want to tell you this. I'm just telling you from my experience. So on like the 9th day, the duct tape hat came off. And I started hearing voices. And the voices I started hearing was, you're amazing. You can do this. You're here for a purpose. You're making your Father proud. I heard all these things on the 9th day. Now, I don't want to tear up because I ain't trying to cry, but listen, I was so amazed. I had to pull the car over. I just started crying. I just started apologizing to my Father. Saying, Father, I apologize. I never want to let you down. Don't you want to make your Father proud? I know I do. Father's always been there for me. The universe has always been there for me since the womb. All right? When we was in the womb, we came out here. Another thing I want to say is watching my children, a lot of times people don't get to, or men I know for instance, a lot of men don't get to raise their children. And one of the beautiful blessings of seeing my children was seeing how they interacted in a day. And they didn't use no drugs. My children don't use no drugs. They're young. They 5, they 6, they 7. Seeing how they interact in a day. They don't pick up one liquor bottle. They don't pick up one Easy Wider. They don't pick up one blunt. And they're still living their best life. Wow. So I was encouraged. And just think all the children I have, this is finally I was able to actually spend time with my kids. Because a lot of my children's mother, they just wouldn't. That's just, I don't want to blame the society, but I just want to say the world we live in, a lot of times back in those days, women did not want the fathers to be around. I don't know what that was. But finally, I was able to spend time with my children. And I was, and I remember saying, I'm done doing this. I want to make my children proud. I want to make myself proud, because I remember waking up and at the end of the day, every night I was at the liquor store. I didn't want to be there. It was like I was that hamster in the wheel. So guys, I just want to let you know it's not going to be easy, but would you want an easy video game? You don't want it easy, right? All right? Come on, easy video game. All right, now I got a video game right here. Let me show you. I got lots of videos. And I only let my 4-year-old play on easy so he can learn. But as he gets older, we turn it up. So at the end of the day, I want to commend you if you're even thinking about stop using drugs, even thinking about stop drinking alcohol today. I want to encourage you that you're on the right wave of thinking. All right? What's funny? Thinking rhymes with drinking. And joking rhymes with smoking. All right? When I say joking, I mean having fun and joking around and enjoying this life we live, smelling the roses, you can say. I want you to continue to think before you drink. You don't see no commercials like that. Think before you drink. But reality is, it's so much more to life than drinking and drugging. And I thought a tsunami was going to happen when I stopped. And reality is, those are angels. That was my conscience coming back. So do not be scared. Do not be scared to go through the withdrawals, to go cold turkey. Do not be scared. I encourage you to set a date. I don't care if it's a week from now, that you're going to slow your train down on drugs. You're going to slow your train down on drinking. You're going to slow your train down on cigarettes. I stopped smoking cigarettes 6 years ago. Was it easy? No. I went through the ugly, the up, the bad, the prison system, everything over cigarettes. So I understand how powerful these things are to shut your conscience up. Again, if you want to take the duct tape off your conscience and that connection, because your conscience is connected to the ancestors, connected to the sun, connected to the universe, connected to everything, your conscience. Okay? If you don't believe me, go listen to the song by Dr. Dre and Eminem, The Conscience. Some of that song is crazy. Some of the words, nowadays, if that song was out, there'd be a lot of questions. But my point is your conscience is inside of you and it wants to speak to you. You ever see somebody talking to themselves? They'll call them crazy nowadays, which is crazy. I remember one time I was at a gas station and I was just talking out loud, like I got to do this. And the guy said, "Who you talking to?" I said, "I'm talking to myself." He said, "Oh." I said, "Well, you think I'm crazy?" He said, No. I said, "I'm talking to my best friend." All right? Because you have to be your best friend. If you don't like you, come on now. And if you don't like you probably are silencing that conscience, because inside you, that conscience, it guides you. It's with you. You're never alone. Even if you're in a cell by yourself, you're not alone. You're not alone. Like Michael Jackson said, you are not alone. Inside you is a conscience. Inside that conscience is your ancestors. Inside that conscience is the sun. Inside that conscience is Jehovah God. So many angels inside that conscience. So drugs and alcohol silence that conscience. I don't know why it does that. It suppresses it. I wish I would have known this years ago before I touched the stuff. But now I know. And once you know, they say in the Army, knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe, baby. So I just want to commend you that you're on the right path. I want to encourage you to continue to get spiritual food. Continue to look up things of why I should stop smoking or why I should stop drinking or life after drinking. And I'm telling you, it's an amazing story. So much is in store for you. Once you put down this liquid, you put down this smoke. And I remember hearing a lady say one time, "You are not a car. You're not meant to smoke. You're not a machine. You're not meant to smoke." I kind of brushed it off and still was smoking. See? Those are little crumbs, little jewels being given to you. I just want to say thank you to Jehovah. I want to say thank you to you guys, because without you guys, I'd just be sober. But now I get to tell my story and to put this energy out into the world of how there's life after drinking, there's life after smoking, and it's an amazing life, okay? Don't think it's gonna be boring. It's not gonna be. It's exciting. I'm excited. I'm excited to be sober, okay? I've never heard no one say I'm excited to be sober. So I'm gonna say it. I am super, super, super duper excited about being sober. You know why? Because I know there's people out there right now that need this kind of information, okay? One of the things I want you to do is watch your hands, you see? Because when you drink, you use your hands. When you smoke, you use your hands. When you pray, you use your hands. My mother always taught me to do gestures from being a Jehovah's Witness. Use your hands. One of the greatest ways I was able to stop smoking cigarettes, I just put gloves on. And it was a reminder to not drink, not smoke. So I just want to commend you again. If you're having problems with this craving, because I know that craving is like a dungeon or a dragon. But what it is it's a silencer, silencing your conscience. Okay, guys? So again, I want to commend you. Stay positive. Don't let Satan use you for negativity, you know? If you're on the corner smoking a cigarette, you're advertising for Newport, for Marlboro, for whatever. If I was on the corner smoking a cigarette, I make the cigarette company look good. They don't even need a commercial, James Dean commercial. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this is for those that are going through cravings. And you just answer that craving. No, don't answer it. Don't feed it. Stay in the house for 2 days if you have to. I know you can do it. There's so much life after drinking. There's so much life after smoking. I'm so excited. I'm super excited. I mean, this is better than getting married to your queen. Being married to yourself and learning. Because finally, I'm engaged with myself, if that makes any sense. I'm having conversations with my conscience. Okay? This is stuff mental institutions probably only teach you. Which is so true. You know, you go to a mental institution, people walking around talking to themselves all day. The problem is they're doing it out loud now. People do it in your head. So much is going on in your head. They're just doing it out loud so we can see them actually having conversations with themselves. And then the people will call them names and put them away. But reality is you're supposed to always be talking to yourself. You're supposed to always be talking to yourself. Because inside you is a God. And he wants to have conversations with you. He wants to guide you and lead you in this human experience that we're having. Someone said God's having human experiences. So God gets to come through us and have these human experiences. He wants you to have these experiences. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but throw the kryptonite away. You know, I don't recommend smoking weed, even if it's legal. I recommend meditation, not medication. I recommend being patient. I recommend being angry a little. I'm angry at my past a little bit because I allowed myself to suppress my conscience. I could have helped so many people around the world that needed help. Even through my actions, I advertised for cigarettes. I advertised for alcohol. I advertised for marijuana. I'm done advertising for these things. I'm done advertising for them. I'm advertising for your conscience now. Your conscience is calling you, like R. Kelly said, your body's calling for you. All right, your conscience is calling. Your conscience is calling. It wants to talk to you. It misses you. And the crazy thing about it is when you started drinking and drugging, it's how old your conscience is. So when I stopped, my conscience was like 14, 15. And we having these young conversations. And it's so interesting. I feel like a big kid again. But we're always children of the Most High. Remember that, okay? Guys, every corner has a liquor store. Every corner. Every corner has a liquor store. Every corner. All right? Here come the phone ringing. All right, guys, I gotta go. I love you. Stay focused, guys.